Peace and blessings everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Albert and today I have this beautiful 2015 Audi A5 Coupe. I do have to tell you that I got this car from my friends at Carzet. Carzet are a specialized second-hand car dealership located in Ipswich. All the cars come with 6 months RSE warranty, which is extendable up to 3 years. If you want your car to be part exchange, Carzet can help you with that. If you want your car to be delivered all the way across UK, they can provide delivery as well. And if you have a low credit score, Carzet can help you with that if you want to buy a car from them. So check them out at carzet.co.uk. Now let's talk a bit about this car that I have here today. So this one is the facelift version of the previous Audi A5, which is on the market since 2007. And as you can see, it's been completely restyled. But this one that I have here has been blacked out. All the chrome elements of the car, except for the Audi badge, has been blacked out. We have this black grille, we have these black plastics over here that are surrounding the fog lights, and even the splitter over there, it's been blacked out. The mirrors again have been blacked out, and all the other chrome elements on the car have been blacked out as well to emphasize the sportiness of this car. Now I do have to tell you that I do like how it looks. Just look at it, how aggressive and mean is at the same time. So let's talk about the front end of the car. The front end stands out with this prominent single frame grille that emphasizes the Audi greatness, and it's flanked by these headlights, which they have LED daytime running lights, and these are xenon lights. Actually they are big xenon lights, and yes, I do have to tell you that they look good at nighttime and you have good visibility with them. Down here we have the fog lights, which have been perfectly integrated into the front bumper. The front bumper is very aggressive and very mean due to the fact that this car here is the S-Line version of the A5. We have here the parking sensors and the headlight washers, and yes, overall the front end of this car, I have to tell you that it looks quite good, quite staggering, quite furious, and well, I think I can find a couple of more great words for this car, but I want to know what you think about this car over here. Now this car has a 2-liter diesel engine which has 190 horsepower and 400 Newton meters, and it's quite agile and it's quite nice to drive. Now I have to tell you that this car is very economical. It does around 55-60 miles per gallon, which these are impressive numbers. So it's economical, it looks good, it drives very well, and well, what more can you want from a coupe? From this side, the car just looks beautiful, and due to the fact that it has this white paint, you can see all the beautiful lines that this car has. The slopey roof tends to give the car even a more dynamic look, and the side skirts, they look brilliant in this black finish. Also these blacked out 19-inch wheels look quite good and somehow gives the car a very sporty and aggressive look. The mirrors have been blacked out as well. We have the S-Line badge over there. In the mirrors, by the way, we have the turn signals, and well, they do look quite good. Also, this car has tinted windows, and yeah, they look brilliant, I know. And all the chrome elements that this car previously had, now they are in this beautiful black paint, which I don't know, for me it just works. I do like how this car looks. I think it's a car for me. I think it's a car for anyone who wants to stand out a bit but not too much. So yes, I do like how this car looks. Tell me what you think about this car, about this specific car here, because there are a lot of Audis out there, but some of them don't look as good as this one. From the rear end, the Audi A5 looks beautiful. It's as sexy as the front end is. When you say this car is like going to the beach and well, you see a lot of supermodels over there. So yeah, for me, this is the feel that I have when I look at this rear end. It's quite sexy. I do like these LED tail lights, which they look modern and they look brilliantly good at nighttime. They have this beautiful light pattern and the turn signal as well, so somehow they work perfectly with the rest of the car. Everything on the rear end is quite elegant, stylish and sexy at the same time. We do have this rear wing that emphasizes the sportiness of the car. Down here we have the rear diffuser, which has been blacked out as well. Usually it comes on a gray boring color, but this one was blacked out by the previous owner, and I have to tell you that it looks quite good, and it has this honeycomb pattern that gives it a very aggressive look. One thing that I don't like is the fact that this car has only dual exhaust on the left side. Now I would have preferred that this one would have had a quad exhaust or a twin exhaust, due to the fact that it's very sporty and it's very sexy. But having the 2-liter diesel engine, this is something that it's stock. So overall, the rear end of the Audi A5 looks very good, sexy and even modern today. So yes, I do like how this rear end looks. Now it's time to check out the boot of the Audi A5. Now this car, even though it's a coupe, it has a lot of cargo space. The boot can take 450 liters, and if you drop the back seats, you can get 950 liters of cargo space, which is quite good considering that it's not a big car, but you can carry a lot of stuff with it. So yes, this is a very spacious and practical car for, well, I don't think 4 adults, but for 2 adults and 2 kids who are going into a holiday, this is the proper car to get. And as a driver, you can have a lot of fun towards your destination. Hello again. Now, when you enter the Audi A5, you are greeted with a couple of nice features like leather seats. And these are not just leather seats, these are the S-Line seats, which means that they hug you in all the right places. By the way, you can find these seats also in the R8, which means that the sportiness of this car, it's quite there. But let's talk about the subtle things that this car offers. You have the Bang & Olufsen sound system, which sounds incredibly good. The steering wheel, it's the S-Line steering wheel, and it looks quite good and quite sporty and feels sporty as well. You have these 2 combinations of leather with normal leather and perforated leather, and the flat bottom gives the car a very sporty feeling. Now also the gear shifter, excuse my glasses. Now also the gear shifter, it's quite nice. It has this perforated leather over here and the aluminium trim, and I have to tell you that it's quite easy to use. And well, due to the fact that a lot of cars today have automatic gearboxes, well, this one is quite special with this one. Now I'm not a big fan of the 2-liter diesel engine, but nevertheless this is the gearbox that you get in this car. Now let's talk about the practicality of this car, because it has 4 seats, provides plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom for the front passengers. For the rear passengers, the thing is not as clear as in the front seats, but somehow it's not a bad place to be in there. You have cup holders on each side, so Audi really think of that. So regarding the practicality of the car, it's a practical car. You have a big boot, you have plenty of room inside, so yes, I can tell you it's practical. The materials are great, the seats are very comfortable, and they have this soft leather on them, and they are quite pleasant. You have this black roofline, which emphasizes again the sportiness of the car, but all the S-Line cars are coming with the black rooftop, so that's not a surprise there. By the way, the seats are also heated, and you have dual climate controls for you and the front passenger. On the door side, you have leather as well, and the aluminium that is surrounding the buttons gives the car a proper and an elegant look, as well as this piano black finish that emphasizes the luxuriousess of this car. Right here in the center console we do have these two cup holders, and they have decent size. One of them is slightly bigger than the other, but you do have two cup holders, and this is something that I like in my cars. Now let's talk a bit about the central console, because these are the buttons from where you control the infotainment system. And right here you have a small joystick and this wheel that actually turns, and it acts as well as a joystick. So let's see the infotainment system. This car has the MMI system, and you can see that it's exactly like all the other Audis, but nevertheless, let's go a little bit into the settings. Now, in the vehicle settings, we have exterior lighting. This car doesn't have interior lighting. It's a shame because Audi has a quite beautiful lighting system inside the car, but nevertheless, this one doesn't, so let's move on. So when you go into the exterior, you can see that you have the automatic headlights, lights when leaving car, lights when unlocking car, and headlamp converter. I don't know what this is, but I think it's to move the lamps from left side driving to right side driving. So yeah, on the driver assist, by the way, you can actually see that it moves quite fast. This is not a touch screen, but you can control it from the joystick here. So yes, you have range sensor, rest recommendation, which is off, and I would keep this off, parking sensors and warning speeds. Now let's go back. We have the aircon system here, and also servicing and checks. This car has 73,000 miles, and I have to tell you that it's quite good and it drives really good. Now this car doesn't have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, but you can connect your Bluetooth and you have Bluetooth media. One thing that I do like about this car is the sound system. This one has the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and it sounds amazing. This is the sound to get on this car. Even the Audi Concert sounds good, but nevertheless, this one, it's better. The navigation system, as you can see, it's quite intuitive and easy to use. You have this map, which has been updated to the 2023 maps, and it's quite easy to use. Now, regarding some information, this car doesn't have the traffic message system available. So this was the infotainment of the Audi. Quite easy to use, quite intuitive, and quite simple and elegant. Now let's talk about the gauge cluster, because this one has an interesting thing when you start up the car. So as you can see, it has this little dance that well, makes you smile all the time. So in the middle of the gauge cluster we have this little screen that provides us a couple of information regarding the radio, regarding the sat nav, regarding the telephone, and well, I do like the gauge cluster of this Audi. They are quite modern even today, and they look stylish with this chrome finish that is surrounding them. And yes, the chrome finish goes all the way across the infotainment screen and across the air vents, and I have to tell you that it looks quite stylish and elegant. Overall, the interior of the A5, it's quite spacious, it's quite luxurious, and it's a nice place to be. So yes, I do like the interior of this car. So now it's time to drive the Audi A5 Coupe. So, a little bit, yeah, like this. So let's go into the sunset, because, well, it is almost sunset time, so we need to go home. And I've been driving this car around all day, and I have to tell you that I did enjoy it. It's a quite good car. It's very economical, and it has the power to take you whatever you want. Now, in terms of practicality, it's a two-door coupe, so it's practical enough. In terms of reliability, it's an Audi, so if you do the services in time, if you change the timing belt, because this car has a timing belt, and when it hits around, well, they say 200,000 kilometers, I always changed the timing belts in my car at around 100,000 kilometers, due to the fact that I didn't want to blow up the engine and forced me to buy another one. So if you want to have a good durable car, change the timing belt at around 100,000 kilometers. Do the oil service at around 10,000, 15,000 kilometers tops. Overall, the car is very comfortable and very sporty at the same time. It's very planted to the earth, so it takes corners easily with no effort. I can imagine how great the Quattro version feels. This is quite a good car. The materials are excellent, the seats are excellent, and everything about it, it's quite good. I have to tell you that the sound system of the car is brilliant, the fuel consumption is low, you pay low taxes, you pay low insurance for it, it's not that expensive to insure, and well, you have a car that people turn heads after you. So yes, it's a brilliant car to have. In terms of comfort, this car is comfortable enough. You have 19-inch wheels, and the suspension can be rough sometimes, but somehow it's not that rough. Even though it's a sports car, it's quite comfortable, and it's quite enjoyable to drive. The steering, it's precise, and it handles very well. So overall, the Audi A5, it's a nice sport car that you can afford easily without breaking the bank, and it has a lot of gadgets and features on it that makes your daily ride very comfortable. So overall, yes, this is a good practical car, and I can definitely recommend getting one. So that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Press a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you didn't subscribe already, and leave a comment in the section below telling me what you think about the Audi A5 Coupe, and especially the facelift version. So I'll see you soon in the near future, and in the meantime, peace and blessings to all of you. See you guys soon.